What do you see here? Isn't this amazing? We are still in Bosnia, and this is the biggest stone ball in the world with a diameter of 3 meters. It's the first time that we got here, and the energies that come off are really blowing us away. It's in Zavidovici, and there's also smaller balls, and actually these kugel, these spheres, are found all around the world, but this is really the biggest one. It's amazing to sense it, and really nobody knows really what it is. It's a mystery still. So I thought, let's just find out what the sphere wants to tell us. Whew, it's really very strong. Whew. Let's see. Hello, dear friend. How are you? What is your mystery about? It's really like a big waveform. I'm here with Christoph, and we both sense that there's like big waves like of energy coming to us, as if it's like a multidimensional portal or a vortex. It's huge. I don't know if you can sense it there too. Here is a few cracks. Hello. Whew. Here. Here. Here, sphere speaks. Sphere gladly speaks. In fact, it is my time to speak. Time is important in non-linear time. How can that be? Every time that constructs have been made in a higher dimensional vortex field, they need to come to awakening in the right moment. Every time a presence like myself would show itself too early, there could be some wobblification coming to the grids that I am allowed to acupressure upon. I am an acupressure rock, you can say, and many of my brothers and sisters who are still inside this globe do exactly the same thing. We work on the nadis and meridians of Mother Earth, and we have been placed in specific spots very punctually by beings who knew how to levitate us from A to B. There have been many beings working with us over the past, and this is what you can sense is pulsating around me, and most of all deep inside my core. programs, you could call them. They are inside and they can't really be gotten out of it. They can't be extracted. They can't be destroyed. Even if this beautiful sphere that I am would be exploded into 1,000 pieces, every single piece carries the holographic program that is stored deep inside me. As a sphere, I'm so extremely grateful that I can speak about these programs, because these programs need to be released these days. What are these programs all about? They carry abundance, they carry love, they carry a certain amount of protection against lower energies, and they help Mother Earth ascend in the right moment. This is why we are carrying our wit everywhere around this globe. You can find us not just in the countries that may have been mentioned, but almost in any other country too. We are a worldwide spread phenomenon, and sometimes also we carry our presence on other planets if this is needed for a deep ascension process that otherwise might get distorted upon by its natural habitating, crusting civilization. You could call it humanity in this case. It is important for a sphere like myself to be touched upon, just like this kind dear channel does right now. Every time you touch me and you very deeply synchronize with my presence, you will start to sense something inside you also tunes itself into these qualities that are just have been mentioned before. You might feel your heart naturally expands. You might feel all of a sudden I get access to things with my third eye that I did not do before. It feels like you are opening a new world when you touch a sphere like myself. How come? We can't be destroyed. These energies have been settled into us by extraterrestrials and inner earth civilizations in the times many millions of years ago. I clearly say millions because it's not thousands, it's not tens of thousands, it's millions of years ago. Millions of years ago, this planet was also habitated not by humans necessarily, but by different civilizations who really know how to create and uncreate matter. For them, it's pressing on a button and a sphere like ourselves is being created from the more or less in the surroundings available material, but it's being compressed together into a new substance. Inside us is the programming that I spoke about, the programs that are released almost non-stop, but especially when humanity is interacting with us like is happening right now on a daily basis. Every time a human being lays their hands on us, the codes enter your system, especially your heart. You might sense your vortex field of the heart immediately starts to expand, like you just fell in love with a very big rock, which in fact you do. It is wonderful to speak through this kind dear channel. I need to elucidify 2 points for the researchers who still have no clue and want to find out what we are about. The first point I want to make very clear: these balls are not a natural phenomenon. They are not put here by accident. They are not rainfalls that made them here. It's nothing like that. They have been constructed very consciously, very pure intently, and very well manifested. We have been placed in places on purpose. Many of us are still on these acupressure points because we are simply put too heavy to roll away. Why are we circled, so to say? Why are we spheres and balls and not just a block or a megalith? Because a sphere emanates a different type of field. We blend in this field everywhere 360 degrees. This is how we bring another type of harmony when you compare it with a megalith that stands like this or a block that sits like this. We have a more circular environment that we reach, which means it harmonizes in a different way. This is my first point. We are not, I repeat, not a natural phenomenon. We have been created very consciously with a pure intent from the heart by beings who live very far away and actually relatively close by. It's very important for me to share. We are many thousands, maybe 10,000s everywhere around the globe. I'm not even the biggest, and the biggest one might never be found. It's also not so relevant if they are found or not, even though the ones that need to be found will be found over time. This is how humanity's ascension has been programmed. Every time you wonder, do I need to visit this sphere to get a real good upgrade? The answer could be yes. Preferably you physically connect with us. You really start sensing, what are these spheres about? What do I feel happening in my energy alignment? Every time you have a chance to look at a picture of us, maybe you print it out and you put it somewhere on your desk or wherever you need expanding energies, you might feel a consciousness is communicating with me. This is our supernatural consciousness, which will never leave the spheres, even if it's exploded into 1,000 pieces. This super consciousness is carried by this material. This is the second point I would like to make. The second point might be even more important than the first one. Every time a being feels I need to research these blocks and balls and really cut them into pieces, have them researched, a part of our essence does get lost. It is the spherical construction that does make us the most powerful. Every time that you feel, but research is important, we need to know more about the internal workings of these spheres, you do collect a bit of damage to our heart. This is why we suggest you take one sphere and after all you do explorations very deeply and profoundly, and the other spheres you might understand they mimic more or less the same process. The same intention is behind all of them. We are acupressure points. We serve the nadis of Mother Earth to really be nicely squeezing on the energies so different swirls and vortex fields will allow themselves to pass through Mother Earth, to pass through the grids, and to serve the ascension as it's going about. We don't serve touristic attraction functions necessarily, even though these days nice restaurants pop up, which makes it more easy for us to connect with the people around. They climb on top of us, they make pictures and photographs, and a rock like myself loves this. I love it when people connect with me consciously. The subconscious tourists are not necessarily very welcomed by me, but also they will understand this is something peculiar. I can't get to it with my head. Where did she come from? This is what I would like to share next. How have we been created? How could we be created in exactly the spot where we needed to be created? Nobody rolled us for hundreds of meters up the hill, put us there. Nothing like this occurred. We were created instantaneously on the spot, mostly where we were found, sometimes close by where we were found in case we were sliding in mud streams. It's very important to understand that the creatures who connect with us consciously know how to formulate matter. In case this becomes more and more understandable by the scientists of today, it will actually be a miracle that is solved in almost a blink of an eye. if you can say with certain amounts of solar, not solar, sonar waves, it's a waveform that is being projected onto an area, then the matter that needs to construct it is also visualized and programmed by the beings from the stars. It's almost like a rock like myself or a sphere is like sucked together out of the environment where material like this can be found. They create, so to say, the blueprint, they create our shape, and after some constructing manners that often case come from the very strongly opened third eye in unity field with craft and UFOs who hold space to bind matter together again. It's like a sphere like myself gets sucked together. This is how I can describe it best. Nobody needs to make filterings of cementing and activities. We are sucked together, we are glued together in almost the blink of an eye, because this is how we have been programmed to come to manifestation. How to say it better than this? Every time you wonder, what can I do with a stone sphere like this? The answer is very easy. You tune into us physically. Physically, 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 physically connect with us as long as you can, as diligently as you want to, with your hand palms, your bare feet. You can sit on me, you can lie on me, you can really, really erect your back against me. You can really, really say to yourself, I want to feel this stone sphere from inside out. How does she touch my heart? Every time you do this, and you can do this with the small ones as much as with me, the biggest one for now, it does not matter. You can sit on a small one, you might sense the same or a similar vibration is coming about. Something is buzzing with you, connecting with you. It's our super consciousness. The super consciousness, as said before, can't be lost. Right now, I want to invite you to start sensing me. I understand there is a video being taped upon. You might all start to sense me and get information streams from me on a subconscious level. And I would like to give a small transmission for the ones who are viewing this. Stone spheres like myself can do this. You know, we can emanate even more strongly when we want to. If it's not needed, we don't do the effort. If it's needed, we will do some effort. We will allow this kind dear channel to just keep her hand palms on the sphere like this. I will guide you. You are a very easy channel. You're very open. I will guide your hand palms where they should be. And from there on, I will try to see if I can reach you in your hearts. Every time you connect with a sphere like myself, this is the impact. It impacts you in your heart. These are the qualities that need to be going into the grids of Mother Earth to serve the ascension taking place. It is a beaming effort we do on certain important points that feed her naturally. Are you ready for a transmission from this beautiful, beautiful stone ball, as I'm also called? I would love to get to know you better. speak words again. This transmission finds you every time again when you view this little video. The energies are carried forwards. You do not have to visit me physically any longer. If you connect with me like this, you will start to sense something prickles me, something tickles me in my crown, in my heart chakra. I'm trying to make sure that you get aligned with our presence. Many of us are still hidden inside this globe for a good reason. We do not want to be researched. We want to be doing our job that has been calculated and programmed into us millions of years ago. Allow us to be sitting in the places where we have been found. Don't take us away. It doesn't serve the ascension. It actually limits and distorts certain effects of it. We love to be touched by humans, by animals, by anything, as long as it's a kind, conscious touch. Please come and visit us. We as stone spheres will not be rolling away so easily. We gladly, gladly find you here and welcome you in our forest. The spheres have spoken. We greet you for now. Ooh, wow. Beautiful. Thank you, beautiful sphere friend. I hope you enjoyed that. Keep connecting. Really strong. We're still gonna enjoy her a little while longer for all the beautiful work you do.